Welcome to the Fifth Sparrow No More. I'm Kristen, and that was Sunday. He did not get the memo that he was supposed to stay in the scene, but that's okay. Today we are going to be making one Christmas candy that is a bestseller in my booth, and it's a very simple craft. The second one that we're going to make is a thrift flip. We're going to take something that I found in the thrift store. We're going to make an adorable candy wreath with the IOD transfers, and but everything's going to have a sweet candy theme to it. So let's get started, and Fifth Sparrow No More, some things that we have in our stash. This first project that we're going to do is a simple craft project. Almost anybody can do it. As a matter of fact, last year from Christmas in my booth, I made these while sitting at livestock shows waiting for my daughter to show. So if I can do it in the middle of a dusty arena or a rodeo or a convention hall, then you can do this too. And it's super simple. So what we are going to make are some primitive candy canes, and they are starting with these candy canes that I get from Amazon, and it's a really big pack, so you can make a lot of them at a time. We're going to use glue dots because if you use hot glue on these, they just melt, so you don't want to do that. And we're going to use some ticking fabric, and I get this from Hobby Lobby, and it is just a 100% red striped ticking fabric, and I do bundle them together in the booth for 6 of them for $10, and so I attach a wooden tag to them. I don't put anything on the wooden tag, so they can write to, from, or whatever they want to put on it. Okay, so let's get started and make some of these simple candy canes. Okay, so this is the red ticking fabric from Hobby Lobby, and the first thing that we're going to do is cut with the stripe for it to be 25 inches long. So you want your stripes to be 25 inches long to wrap around the candy cane. Then we're going to come back, and we're going to, in between every red stripe, we're going to snip about ½ an inch. And then we're going to tear the fabric. If your fabric is 100% cotton, then it will tear really easily for you. So we're just going to make these little ½ inch snips in the fabric like that, and I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to tear it and get our strips for our candy canes. Okay, so I've cut little notches, and we're just going to tear. I'm going to do just one more, so we can do a couple of the candy canes. Now we're going to take our candy cane, and like I said, don't use hot glue on these because the candy canes will melt. That would be our bad. We're going to take the end of our candy cane, okay, and we're going to take the fabric, and we're going to put it at the end, right? we're going to put a glue dot on this side, just like so. Okay, we have our glue dot on there. And let me see if I can, there we go. Okay, we're going to do, we'll put our glue dot on the top here, and we're going to wrap our fabric around the bottom, just like so. So then we have that started, and we're going to take our fabric strip, we're going to fold this corner back so you can see that it's wrapped around there real good. And then we are going to take this corner and wrap that end so you can see how tight that is around. And then we are going to take our fabric and start wrapping. We're just going to go around and around, kind of smoothing it out as we go. Now this fabric will be long enough for it to go over twice. So this one is just to cover the candy cane, and it's going to overlap. So you can see that it's overlapping in that middle of that red stripe. Okay, so we're just going to wrap and wrap and wrap for this one. And I try to smooth out those rough edges as I go so it doesn't get too lumpy. But we're just going to wrap and wrap and wrap here. Smooth out as you go. And you don't want to overlap them too much, but just enough to get that candy cane underneath covered. And I will link these candy canes that I use down in the box below. And like I said, I get them from Amazon. They are a huge box for not very expensive. So you can make them for your craft fairs or for the booth or as a family fun activity to, you know, hang on the tree or use in your Christmas vignettes, maybe in a gingerbread or candy theme. Speaking of candy theme, I'm also going to link in the bottom, in the box below, some other candy decorations that I've done. We decorated the church Santa area with candy decorations, and those DIYs are on the blog, and I'll link that below. Okay, so we are to the end of our candy cane. I'm actually going to wrap it one more time. And so we're going to do almost the same thing we did before. We're going to take it and we're going to pull it back just a smidge like that. We're going to pull it over. We're going to take a glue dot and stick it right in there. Okay. Okay, so we're going to wrap it over like that. And then we're going to smooth it back out. We're going to tuck this one in, tuck this one in. And you can also glue dot these as well, but with the fabric wrapped around, it really holds on to it quite nicely. And then we're going to just wrap this one. And this one's not as overlapping as the first one. It's just going to go down. Like I said, don't overlap this one, just wrap it down the candy cane like that. Okay, and then we're going to take another glue dot. We're going to put two on the ends. So 1 and 2. I like these miniature little tiny glue dots. We're just going to wrap that around just like that. And that is our finished candy cane. Okay, I've made what I like to do. Now this is 5, not 6, but I like to bundle them together. just use a little bit of twine and my scissors. And tie these together just like so. We'll do a knot, and then we take a tag, and you can dress up these tags with a little candy cane transfer or a stamp, but I do like to leave it blank in my booth so they can you know, use it as a gift or put their own spin on it. And that is the Fabric Primitive candy canes. For our next project, it will be a thrift flip. I purchased this wreath form, I guess wooden wreath form, and a bow in a kit for $1.99 at one of my favorite thrift stores. And the kit was for painting flowers, and I'm not a flower painting, it's beyond my skill set is what I'm trying to say. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to paint our wreath white with drop cloth by Dixie Belle, and we are going to use let's see, what is that called? I don't have my glasses. It's Yellow by Folk Art. We're going to use this turquoise color by Folk Art. I don't know why I'm still trying to read them, because glasses, I don't have them. I don't exactly know where they are. And then we're going to use Barn Red. And we're going to use those three colors to make polka dots on our wreath, and then use the new Kitschy Christmas Transfer. There is lots of little candies in here. Lots of little candies. And we're going to cut those out and put those on our wreath. So we're going to make a Christmas candy wreath with that. So let's get started by painting our wreath shape white with drop cloth. Okay, we have the wreath on my turntable here. You know, see it's well loved. And I'm going to use drop cloth by Dixie Belle. I'm going to give the bow a coat of red, and then this red, it's Barn Red by Dixie Belle, will be the some of the polka dots as well. So That will tie it all together. Using the next thing we're going to do is go through the IOD Transfer Kitschy Christmas and cut out the candies. We're going to figure out where we want them on our wreath, and then that way we can know where to put polka dots. Now these transfers have a backing sheet on it, and you always want to leave that on there until you're ready for it to go on your project, because these are sticky, and you don't want them to stick where you don't want them to stick, if you know what I mean. Okay. It looks like the candy is going to fill it up fairly well. So what we'll do is just put polka dots on it, dry it, and then put the candy on top, since there is so much candy. So we are going to make sure we're just going to put a little bit of each color on. This one's new. Plan was to use this yellow foam dauber, but it is not working. It did not make a pretty circle. So I'm going to trace some circles and fill them in, and then we will do some drawing around it to make it a little more whimsical. And we're just, you know, changing our plans midstream. to take a fine line black marker, and I'm just going to trace around the circles. I'm not going to be too exact. I'm not going to trace the circle per se, but just go around that outside edge a couple of times. Okay. So that is done. Let me give you a close-up look of those circles. And then we're going to put on our candy. Okay, so polka dots are done. And like I said, changing this midstream, just to put the candies flat on there was not working for me in the vision that I had. So I'm taking these, the wooden tags that I've got a gazillion of, and I've cut them down to put the candies on, so they're raised up just a little bit over the polka dots. So I'm going to cut out, and I'm just using my big scissors and cutting those tags in half. So with transfers, like I said, you leave the paper backing on, and you leave the paper backing on until you're ready to put it on your project. You take the white paper backing off, like so, and then you just position it where you're going to rub it on. And like I said, they're a little bit sticky. And you just lay it down, and then you it comes with a clear plastic stick, but I'm a messy crafter and I lose things, so that is not available right now. But you just rub it right on your project like so, and then you peel the clear plastic off, and then you have your candy, and then we're going to put those on our project. So we're going to attach our bow. I went ahead and cut around each of the candies. So they're just like little 3D pieces. And we're going to put those on our wreath. Like so. Candies